Hi. How was your day today? Did anyone come or call? I'm very excited to share this video with you. You're going to meet one of the women who I'm traveling with. Her name is Rebecca. She is a great person, so funny, and she's driving a Class C. I don't think I'd have the nerves that she does to drive that rig, but we're going to take a look at it and do a little interview with her. And I think you're going to like her as much as I do. Let's hop into it.
Oh.
Hi.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah. Hi,
Keep coming.
sweetie. Introduce yourself.
My name is Rebecca. These are my dogs, Autumn and Charlie. My boyfriend is Russ, and he's a truck driver. So we kind of do this. But it seems to work for us. And I am, like I said, born in Bremerton. My dad was military, so we moved around a little bit. Not as much as some military people, but mostly just Washington and California.
So where's home for you, Rebecca, when you're not traveling?
So I've technically got 3 homes. I've got my grandkids and my kids in my house. So sometimes it's a little overwhelming, and I could go out in the rig. In fact, I was just there for 2 weeks getting little Missy trained up a little bit, and I stayed in my vehicle. But it has become my home, and I'm more comfortable here. And then, like I said, part-time I'll go down to Russ's house, and of course I love it there too because it's nice and warm, and I love it.
Awesome.
So it's like I got the best of all the world.
Hey, a quick look. Oh, it's so welcoming in here. There's Charlie up on the bed. Well, Rebecca, so let's start at the beginning of the rig. Here's your cab.
Yep.
And
For
do you
company if I need it.
Okay. Nice.
My big TV, which obviously isn't used all that much.
What year is your rig?
2024.
Okay,
Class C Forest River Sunseeker, 24 feet long.
Wonderful. And how long have you had it?
Since December 26, 2024.
Why did you choose a Class C?
Because I've never towed anything, and I couldn't afford a van, a built-out van.
And so let's start. We have the cab, which we've already looked at. And this makes into a full-size bed. It looks to be a queen-size bed.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
a
lot
queen.
of space.
My friend Phyllis slept up there. She said I slept up there once, and it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
This also makes into a bed, but it is like I'm 5'2", and I'm bumper to bumper.
Okay.
I don't feel like it's as comfortable, but because of the dogs, they don't like being up there.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, so my dining room table, which I was going to take out, but I think I'm going to leave now because I use it all the time.
You've got so much beautiful storage. What I like about these cabinets, and I don't know, it may not be, I like how they're more narrow, so you have more space in the rig. But do you find that that's hard, like, to put stuff in, like,
No,
because they're
everything
not
that
as deep?
I needed, I have. I still have open space, but I've only been in here 6-7 months.
Yeah. And do you travel full time in it, or?
Nope, I'm not full time. I'm probably half time.
Okay.
Because I do have a home.
You have
House.
both a max air fan above.
And then a regular, actually 2 other fans.
Okay.
One back there and one in the bathroom.
And this is I think, is that a heater?
Air conditioner,
just
heater.
an AC?
No.
Oh, and a heater.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So you stay very cozy in here.
Right. That one, pretty much, I could probably run because of my solar, but it is loud. Whereas what you hear right now is my propane heater.
Right. And as soon as it kicked on, it's really got nice and warm and comfortable.
And once they close
Yeah.
everything, and that helps keep the heat in too.
Yeah, and on a rainy day like this where it's a little bit damp and it's cool outside, it really makes a big difference. It's nice and warm.
And I think propane is also better at that as far as keeping it drier.
Right. So I personally love the gray tones in here, the neutral gray. It also seems very, like modern farmhouse-y. So And I know you've done a lot of decorating based on that theme. Let's take a look at your kitchen. So what I love is, look how deep that sink is. Oh.
You could give a baby a bath.
Or a baby dog.
Yeah.
So, gas oven.
Right, in microwave convection oven.
Wow. How many burners? Three
Three
burners?
burners.
Okay. So do you find that this suits you for your cooking needs?
I don't have one complaint.
Wonderful.
And my refrigerator's huge.
Did you do that backsplash yourself, or did that come with the rig?
No, it was that brown and white stuff before.
I love
Don't get too
this.
close. It's my imperfections.
No, it's beautiful. Very nicely
I like the colors
done.
for sure.
So are you saying it was originally brown when you?
The backsplash kind of match those curtains.
This
So
color.
the curtains will go next, but
Yeah.
I'm not a seamstress, so first I have to find material that I love, and then it should just be like a straight basic. So I should be able to do it.
Beautiful. This is a nice cabinet that you have above the door.
Yeah, and the TV, you can put in the cable up there, and there's a plug up there.
Okay.
And, the booster for the wind guard,
Mm-hmm.
which I've never really used.
Nice space and a screen. You have a flip-up side table here, so you can have extra counter space, which is nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Nice fridge. Now, do you want to talk about some of the concerns you've had with your fridge, though?
Well, what were we, about 3 months in, and all of a sudden the refrigerator just stopped working. I obviously lost all that food, but I had a mobile mechanic come, and he said, well, you can hear the engines or the motors trying to run, so you must be out of Freon, and we'll just have to replace the whole thing because it's a closed system. And I'm like, okay, well, I have to get all pre-approved for that and everything. So I went to my warranty guy, and they really wanted me to go to Forest River place, which was a couple hours away. And I'm like, yeah, that's not doable at the moment. So the guy that came in, he approved me to get a refrigerator. And the mobile mechanic that came said, well, we can get them anywhere. They're a dime a dozen kind of thing, you know. But then when I said, okay, it's pre-approved, go get it. And he goes, well, it's going to be 2 weeks out because it's a special order. It's like, no, I'm not sitting here for 2 weeks. So when I left, it wasn't working. My friend Kelly and Julie gave me ice chest. First night in, I went to put something in there just for storage. It was running. And it has not quit since. I had it in the shop anyway, and they said, we can't find nothing wrong with it.
And it's worked ever since.
It's worked ever since. And
What a
it's
little
only
mystery.
electricity. It's not propane. So they said, well, maybe you didn't have, the shore power wasn't good. Well, I was at my friend's house and hooked up to their power. So I don't know. Nobody can figure it out.
You have a huge storage cabinet behind you. Do you use this for your pantry, or do you use it for clothing?
No. I got my coats, my office. And stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
This is truly a junk drawer.
We all have one or more of those.
And then the clothes, and then my clothes up there too. So
Above the bed?
yes.
Okay.
That's my clothes.
I love your bedroom. Here's Charlie, her precious old man. And is he 10 now?
10.
He's such a good boy. I don't think we properly introduced Autumn, and she's now, how old?
5 months old today.
Happy 5-month birthday, Miss Autumn. And she's a standard poodle?
She's a standard poodle, yeah.
Okay. So, we gotta see this. Look at this cutie. I love what you did for him. You built these stairs so he could hop up into the bed.
Yeah, he couldn't get up in the bed by himself.
How did you build these stairs for him?
Well, I didn't. They're storage containers.
Oh, wow.
And they actually came stocked. It's all just one packet. There's 3 of them in the packet.
How perfect. And
so
he
I've got a
uses
little bit
them?
more storage, and he's got a stair
Nice.
step. So
Now, one thing about your rig, this class, is you do have one slide. So here, where the bed area is, this is actually a slide out. Do you ever, are you able to sleep without the slide out?
I can. This half just kind of folds over this half. So you get like a twin bed.
Okay.
And I'm just fortunate to be short.
Nice. So, so you can boondock when you have to, like if we're at a Cracker Barrel or something and we, just need to be a little bit on the down low.
Yeah. I don't have to.
Awesome.
Well, plus I have the 2 other beds if push comes to shove.
Yeah, good point. You could always hop up top or make that into a bed. All right, now I'm going to try and scooch around here so we can. Now, I've never actually been in your bathroom area, so you have a separate wash area and a nice big
Good
mirror.
size cabinet. All my stuff fits in there.
And lots of space for the, necessities in the medicine cabinet. And extra space down below here, so, TP, things of that nature, whatever you need to store. All right, and you want to show us inside your washroom. It's so bright in here.
Yeah, that's
Did you do the diamond dots?
I did. Yeah.
That's a gorgeous one. I love those colors. Love those colors.
Yeah, they seem to go well with the.
Yeah, so you have both a skylight and a fan. Oh, very nice. Oh, and we gotta turn around and look at the hummingbird. Oh, beautiful. This is do you happen to know what size pan that is?
I do not.
Okay, because that's a really good
my size.
Yeah, fits you perfectly.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming this is a flush style toilet, not any sort of a...
Correct. It's
Okay.
got a pedal push, which has also been replaced.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was one weekend
Oh.
heading down to Nevada and the pedal broke. It didn't break off, it just froze. And they said, yeah, you have to replace the whole thing. And then unfortunately, they didn't put the right toilet in there. There's a 300, 310, and 320. Mine was a 310. I had room behind it to like stack my little step stool.
Right. Let's see.
This is a 320, so it's elongated, and the bathroom's small enough, so it took up more space, which I wasn't happy, but at least I had a bathroom.
Right. And that's what is important, right? But nice. Not a shower curtain, but you have a door.
Correct.
A retractable door to keep it from getting too wet in here. Okay. The kiddos are just having a play time.
Yeah, this is their playpen, my bed.
I love it.
And there's my pop-up tent for whenever we need it. When we get to Alaska.
And then you have a board here. You put up this cork board so you could have some mementos and things like that. See where we're going.
I'm very comfortable. I don't have an urgency to get out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like if I were maybe sitting in my car,
Yeah.
I might not be comfortable, but I'm very comfortable here. Me and the dogs seem happy.
Have you always been a camper or traveler?
No, it's always been talked about, but I think the longest trip I ever did before this was my grandson was graduating A school in Georgia, so we went to Georgia via Class A, but I hated it. It didn't drive well. It was real wobbly.
Yeah.
So I couldn't drive it. And I've driven big trucks. I've driven garbage trucks, but that was just not comfortable. So
And are you retired now?
I am.
Awesome.
I've been retired since 18.
Terrific.
So, yeah.
So, and how long have you been a member of the butterfly tribe?
I think around December.
Mm-hmm.
December, January time frame, and then that's where I met you guys. We went up to Lake Mead, and I traveled with you guys for a while, my now family, and then I went away, or we all kind of went away for a little while. Everybody had things they had to do, and I went on another butterfly meetup in Arizona, which was fun. I had a lot of fun, but it's hard to replace. I think that you guys are as core people.
Yeah.
So, all nice people. I love the butterfly groups. They're very supportive, very encouraging. I've not met one butterfly that I didn't like.
So we're obviously on a really big trip, and we're going to be out for a while. After this is over, though, what thoughts do you have? Do you think you'll go home and recuperate, or do you think what ideas do you have for what comes next?
September, October time frame, I'll go home. It's my birthday, grandson's birthday. And then October, another grandson asked me to please be home for his birthday. I was like, oh. So, and then I'll probably go south again for the winter.
Are you thinking you'll do quartzsite this year or no?
I am definitely doing quartzsite this year. I'll probably stay with the butterflies, but then I have friends that go down there too. So I'll go back and forth between that. So yeah, that's as far as I've got planned so far.
And we've kind of tossed around the idea of maybe going to Mexico. Like,
Yeah.
would you be up for something like that?
100%.
Me too.
Because I've never really been to Mexico. I've been to Tijuana.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's
Yeah.
like what? Flea market of San Diego. So, gum. Look like a cow.
Look at him. He is precious. One thing I was thinking about is you've said you have previously driven a garbage truck, but driving a big C, give me your thoughts and opinions on that. I'm sure a lot of ladies who are looking for a rig to choose would like to know the pros and cons of this type of a vehicle. What are your thoughts?
Well, I vacillate because my first want was a Class B. Just because they're stealth and easier to drive. I've been away from driving. In fact, even the last 2 years of my career, I hurt my back, so I was driving just a small. Actually, it was a bus probably about this size. So I really, really wanted it, but they're so expensive. And this was brand spanking new, and it's not perfect, but I could afford it. And so that's why I went with the Class C. Because originally, like I said, I really, really wanted a Class B.
What are your favorite things about this rig?
The room.
Yeah.
Really, once you put everything away, it's got a place
show
for
the
it.
people how much space there is. I mean, and
I don't have to reorganize every day.
Love that you don't have it stuffed full. Like,
yeah,
it's very clean, and it's cozy, and yet it's not got stuff around.
Right. I would say the most stuff I have is blankets, but that was for when I'm expecting cold weather, which has been pretty chilly.
Yeah, we need blankets. We're going to Alaska, so
Yep.
lots of
And then I had to get my boat. I have 3 different compartments, but they're all fairly small, and I got added solar. So in the back compartment, which was like the second biggest, I now have the lithium batteries and the converter and inverter and all that stuff. So I didn't have, okay, now where do I put my stuff?
Yeah.
So I bought the trailer hitch carrier, and it's got a waterproof bag.
So we were just talking about your bag and the system you have for your external storage. That's
I love
nice.
that. That's one of my best buys, I think. Obviously, I can put a whole bunch more stuff in there.
Beautiful.
So that was a good thing. And I've got my grill in there, my chairs, just actually a lot of stuff can go in there. It's a lot of room. So yeah, I love that. I'm glad that was one of the, I'm glad I got that purchase.
How much solar do you have? Do you know by chance?
600 watts. So it's not huge, but it runs a microwave. And that was one of the things Peter first said, look at this. And I'm like, okay, what's wrong with it? And he went over, put the plug, and I'm just not putting 2 to 2 together. Oh, it's not plugged in, and I'm getting my microwave. So far, knock on wood, it's just been wonderful.
So you can boondock quite easily. You don't have to be plugged into shore power.
Correct. I don't think I need shore power for anything. I've got my solar, I've got a generator, and I've got propane. So the only thing I need propane for is hot water and the stove. And then the generator, what will take care of, it will even charge the batteries if we're in too much weather like this. But so far, again, knock on wood, it's holding up. So
That's
yeah,
good
I'm
to
pretty
know.
self-sufficient. I don't need anything.
That's nice. Wonderful.
And I get about 10 miles per gallon for those who want to know.
Good point. Good point. So maybe not great gas mileage, but it's well worth it.
Yeah.
And so I'd love to hear more about, you named your rig. Lots of folks do. Tell me about the name and what it means.
Well, when I first bought this, I've never wanted to, I've never had the desire to name a vehicle before.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm happy, I love this thing. I've met wonderful people. And so I was going to call her Betty, because I love Betty Boop. But the more I don't know, it just wasn't, I didn't feel it. So I was researching. This is Hawaiian, kukoa. It means independence/freedom. And I thought, well, how perfect is that? My van, I can get in it, I can go, I can do what I want to do. It's independence. So, kukoa, that's the name of my van. And I went to a gal in Pahrump that has a cricket. And she made this, and she made my butterfly tribe for me.
Beautiful.
So
I love the name and I love the meaning.
yeah, isn't it perfect?
Perfect. What are the thoughts, feelings, or opinions about just this lifestyle do you have that you'd like to share that I haven't asked you yet?
I really can't think of anything off the top of my head except I think the more that you do it, the more that you want to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess for me, anyway, I can only speak for myself. Some people might get out here and say, I'm going home. But even my kids notice when I go home, Mom, after 2 days, you're just getting antsy.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I love you guys, but
What's your favorite part of being on the road?
meeting people,
Yeah.
talking to different people. Like the people across the way today were from Sweden. That was cool. And yeah, most people that will talk to you are very, very friendly.
Yeah.
And I like to meet people.
Yes, she does. She's our social butterfly. Well, thanks, Rebecca. I really appreciate you taking your time to share your rig and talk to us.
Thank you.
And
I love it.
and your kids too.
Say bye, Charlie.
Bye, Charlie. Gotta say bye, Autumn. She's such a happy girl.
Yeah, she got Charlie's bone. Oh, are you being shy?
Don't you be shy. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and join us as we ramble on down the slow lane.